So gonna be talking about another album. So this artist I'm gonna be talking about is Canadian. So I have actually two vinyl albums of his. Definitely, definitely an album. If you're a fan of his, obviously it became very popular. Now, this album I'm going to show you is, I would say, his first big album, which I'm pretty sure that kind of made him a lot more popular. Definitely for sure. So I went to this person's concert, and I think we were like, so the stage was there, so we were probably, it was quite a ways, good distance that I could see them, like quite close up. And I brought the album, hoping that he would sign it. Didn't sign it, but the thing about that was I brought the album, so after a while I was holding the album up and all that. Eventually he noticed it, and here I had the album up and talking about the album. And if you see like some famous musician talking to you, you're kind of like, I guess, starstruck. You don't know what to say. I guess you're kind of like, so hoping that he would sign it. But I look at this way, at least he recognized it, and that was unbelievable. That was amazing. Anyways, so this one I'm going to be talking about will be Bryan Adams, Cuts Like a Knife. Great album. So I would say this album here would be his breakout album. So he had an album out, so this is his third studio album. He had an album out 2 years before that, which had a big hit song called Lonely Nights. I think that was the only big kind of popular hit that he had so far, until this album came out. Definitely a great album, for sure. So, the songs on the album includes The Only One, Take Me Back, This Time, Straight from the Heart, Cuts Like a Knife, I'm Ready, What's It Gonna Be, Don't Leave Me Lonely, Let Him Know, and the very last song on this album is The Best Was Yet to Come. Definitely a great album. Like I said, lots of popular, big hits. Take Me Back, This Time, Straight from the Heart, that's another big hit. Cuts Like a Knife, I'm Ready. The Best Was Yet to Come. And I heard this song, I believe it was on his, was it his Unplugged? I believe Unplugged, where he sang I'm Ready, which was a different style compared to this song, because this was on electric guitar, which I found was completely different from the Unplugged version. Even though the Unplugged version played on acoustic, I found that song, even that song there, I found was still very great. Great version of it as well. Even though it was played on acoustic, it was definitely another great song. I heard that song, on the radio, and I don't think I'd ever heard the original one on the radio before. I just always heard the acoustic, the Unplugged version that's played on acoustic. But yeah, great album. So he had, I believe, in a music video for "Cuts Like a Knife." If anybody's seen that music video, definitely a great, great song, for sure. Um, and this time he had a music video he released out that year as well for this time. Um, Definitely a great, great song. Straight from the Heart, another big hit. So he had lots of big hits off this album. Pretty much Take Me Back, This Time, Straight from the Heart, Cuts Like a Knife, I'm Ready. The Best Was Yet to Come. There are quite a lot of big hits that came off this album. Here's the back of it if you want to see it. But yeah, this here, like I said, his third album, which I believe this album here kind of just made him more popular um, over the world with this album, which only took him 3 albums till he became. I think this album really probably pretty much put him on the map. I found with this album, definitely put him on the map for that. So around this time, I believe it was this album where he started, a new lineup. Lead guitar Keith Scott, and because he changed the lineup, I think for this one, if I'm not mistaken, and then that was a lineup he had from '83. I think this was the album. I think it was either '82 when he switched it up, changed up the lineup, and this was like the first album with the new lineup. And I think still to this day still has the same lineup from, I believe, this album, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. So yeah, like I said, this album here pretty much I think put him on the map. Definitely had lots of big hit songs off this album. So any fan of Bryan Adams definitely enjoy this album, for sure. So I'll go through his songs again. There's The Only One, Take Me Back, This Time, Straight from the Heart, Cuts Like a Knife, I'm Ready, What's It Gonna Be, Don't Leave Me Lonely, Let Him Know, The Best Was Yet to Come. I found it was a great album, excellent album, amazing album, for sure. Like I said, this came out in 1983. So it really didn't take him really that long, since his first album came out in 1980. It took him until his third album until he had some big hits. And from there, pretty much, the next album was big. I think the next album after that, and that's pretty much started his popularity with this album. I think it all started from this album here. Like I said, there's a music video for this time if you want to check it out. Cuts Like a Knife. I believe he has The Best Was Yet to Come. I believe he might have a live video for that. I'm Ready, I believe, alive. Straight from the Heart, which I don't believe came out that year. The only ones I believe that did was This Time and Cuts Like a Knife. But definitely an album worth checking out. Definitely for sure. So I'm going to do his other album, the one that came out after this, in '84. So those are the only two ones that I have of his albums, which obviously two big popular albums for sure. But yeah, great album. So if you ever get the chance of checking this album, definitely worth getting for sure. Or maybe you do have it, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite album is. is, like I said, I went to see him in concert, and oh man, amazing, amazing performance he put on for sure. Um, Definitely didn't disappoint the fans. Let me say that again. He didn't disappoint the fans. Put on an amazing show. So he played, and then he came on stage for a bit, and then he came back on, played some more for about maybe, I'm not sure how long, quite a while. And then he went back off, and then thought it was over, then came back on again like 3 times. But definitely, definitely a great. I love his music. Definitely, this album here is a must-have for a vinyl collection. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and thank you very much, and bye.